Good morning, my loves. Happy Thursday. It is about 4:45 in the morning here at the lake. Obviously, the sun is not up yet. Another hot day. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be 113. The indicator in my car on the way home yesterday said 118. Yeah, welcome to Arizona. It's a little warm. Today, we're discussing the importance of using your words. We take words for granted. Words can be comforting, consoling. They can be a safe space. They can be beautiful. They can also cut like a knife. They can wound just like a bullet. And those scars from words will last longer than a physical scar. Emotional scars will always last longer. A cut, a bruise will heal. You might have a scar, but the wound will heal. An emotional wound, it's a different story. An emotional wound can last forever. People will look for closure. They may or may not get it. Sometimes you have to give yourself closure. I talked to someone last night for about 3 hours. Not the way I expected to spend the evening of my birthday, but it's okay. And they were dealing with a lot of stuff like this. Things that they had said to others, things that had been said to them. It was a very heavy conversation. Many people, this is what I had told them, many people don't have the ability to use their words. Example, people will get mad, kids will get mad at each other and they won't talk to each other. They will go in their room and slam their door and they're done. They're not talking to anybody. I know adults that do the same thing. My mom was the queen of the freeze. She went 10 years without speaking to my sister. She would go weeks without speaking to my dad, and they lived in the same home. It was her way of pouting. And essentially, that's what it is. And they will tell you, the person that they're trying to freeze out, they know what they did. Yeah, maybe they do, maybe they don't. They know. They may not. Stop assuming that they do. They may be totally oblivious. What is huge and monumental to you may be totally insignificant to them. So stop assuming people know what's going through your brain. They don't. If you have a problem with someone, use your words. It's that simple. Put it in a note. Put it on a sticky. Write it in a letter, an email, whatever. Go to them. We have a problem. You hurt my feelings. You know, whatever the situation is, tell them. Use your words. Please teach your children to use their words, because kids will get mad at each other, and instead of talking it through, they'll freeze each other out, they'll push, they'll shove, they'll fight. That's not solving the problem. Words will solve the problem. Teach your children not to assume what somebody else is or isn't thinking. You don't know. I personally know of several situations with various people that somebody is freezing somebody out. They're not talking to somebody because they think the person wronged them. They may not have, who knows. But in their mind, they were wrong. Okay, then go to the person and tell them. Maybe the person will apologize. Maybe it was totally inadvertent. Maybe it was intentional. It's hard to say. But you don't know until you go to them. Stop behaving like a child throwing a temper tantrum and freezing someone out, not speaking to them for days, weeks, years. It's very childish. It is. It is manipulative. It's actually emotional abuse. It is. And in most cases, it's the norm for this person. They were probably raised this way. In their world, it's how things were handled. And that's very sad to think that a child was raised in an environment where abuse was the norm, where emotional abuse was the norm. That's heartbreaking. And I know firsthand experience dealing with my mom. It was very hurtful. But then what they don't realize, by freezing somebody out, you just get to the point they're just teaching you how to get along without them. They're preparing you for when they're not around. Okay, fine, it's on them. If you are on the receiving end of being frozen out, it's not about you. It isn't. It's about them. It's about whoever is behaving this way, their inability to use their words. It's childish behavior. They're abusers and they're manipulative, plain and simple. In all likelihood, it's narcissistic behavior. They're trying to show superiority, that they can control you by not speaking to you. Maybe they're trying to get other people not to speak with you, not to play with you. Yep, just like a playground. They're being childish. And you can go to people and say, hey, if there's a problem, tell me. If not, it's on you. And hopefully they will come to you and say, okay, here's the problem. If they don't, honey, it's on them. Let it go. If they want to continue to behave this way, totally on them. Totally and completely. But please, I cannot stress this enough. Use your words. Don't assume anything about anyone. Use your words. I have some really good friends that are great people, but they are very emotionally unavailable. They just kind of have a lot of walls up. And, as a child, they were shut down. They would try to express themselves, and the parent would shut them down every single time. And after a while, you start putting up walls. You're not going to waste your time sharing your thoughts, your feelings, your moods with anybody because you're going to be shut down. So you keep it to yourself. You become emotionally unavailable. You protect yourself with the walls. Once they are an adult, that's who they are. And it's very sad. And one of my best friends is like this. And we have had this talk. And he will say, I don't know what to do about it. Use your words. It's okay. You're in a safe space. Use your words. You're fine. And it has taken, and we're just good friends. There's nothing romantic between us. But it has taken him 10 years to be able to say, I love you as a friend. He never uses that word. He doesn't tell family members he loves them. He tells no one. And in his world, well, you know how I feel. No, I need words. And it's taken 10 years of talking with him and working with him. And now he can say it. And that's wonderful. And he's learning it is okay to use your words. Not everybody is going to shoot you down, tell you to shut up and go away. So please use your words. Now, use and choose and use your words carefully. They have a big impact. They can be a double-edged sword. I prefer in-face, person-to-person conversations as opposed to text messages because in person you have tone, you have inflection, how somebody is saying it, as opposed to a text message where you can read it 100 different ways. But again, it's all about words. In an email, before you send it, you type it out, and I want you to read it 3 times. And I want you to read it with 3 different tones, 3 different inflections. You mean it professionally, personally, snarky, whatever, but read it 3 times with 3 different inflections to make sure whoever is receiving the email, the text, whatever, isn't going to misinterpret it. Because so often that happens. How many times have we received a text message and you take it wrong? Come to find out, yeah, it didn't mean anything even close to that. It's all about words. Use your words, but use them carefully. Teach your children to use their words carefully. Be careful what you say to children. What you say to them, how you treat them, that's who they become. How your parents treated you, look at who you are today. Yeah, that's big. The words they used around you affected who you are today. Were they kind and loving and nurturing and lifting you up, encouraging you every step of the way? Or were they more abusive, telling you you're worthless, you're never going to amount to anything, you're never going to measure up, you're always a failure? How did it go? How do you feel about yourself today? How do you feel about other people? How do you feel about them? Yeah. And it all boils down to words. So use your words wisely. And lastly, I had a conversation the other day with someone about swearing. And trust me, I can throw some words out there. Um, and it takes more common sense to curse. I mean, not to curse. I'm sorry. It takes more common sense not to swear, not to curse, than to curse. Just use your words wisely. Swearing does not impress people at all. I mean, if I'm around really close friends and we're laughing about something and somebody will drop an F-bomb, and you're laughing, it's fine. But if somebody's trying to impress me, have a conversation with me, and they're swearing, yeah, that does not impress me. That just tells me you're low class. Yeah. And I know that's a harsh thing for me to say, but there's a lot of people that are like that. It's how you present yourself, how you speak to yourself about yourself. It's all about words. Just think about it. Have a beautiful day. You are so worthy of happiness and joy and being treated with love, kindness, dignity, and respect by others and by yourself.